calls today.
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm just going to say I've gotten her a few times myself. So anyway, let's talk about the temperatures. This is no April Fool's joke. We're really tracking temperatures this morning, 30s and 40s. A very cold start to the day. So 30s this morning. We're going to be back to highs in the 80s by Friday. So it'll be a quick turnaround, but really be prepared when you head outside. Here are your wind chills. So the feels like temperatures, we're feeling down to 33 in Conroe this morning, 37 in Sugar Land. So even though it's a calm north wind, we do have a northeast wind right now. 20% chance for a stray shower this afternoon. Clouds will build in. We'll talk more about that upper level disturbance in North Texas that could give us a few showers later this afternoon. Coming up next. Good morning, Steph.
Hey, Cheetah, good morning. I can't do any April Fool's jokes. I just wouldn't do that to you. I was thinking about doing hazards all over the place on a map and didn't want anybody to freak out who had the TV on mute. Let's take you to the North Beltway westbound side. Not a sign of trouble all morning until right now. So you're going to see blinking lights over there. Again, westbound, you're going to see this at Veterans Memorial, but I'm not seeing any slowdowns there. Overall picture still nice and green for you overall, but we are still waiting on the tow here. 290 eastbound at Pinemont. That is in the right lane. Russ and Lisa.
Thank you, Steph.
It's 2 minutes after. Michelle Choi continues our rush block this morning from Huntsville. That's where the community is mourning 3 siblings and a friend who were killed in a crash.
Michelle, extra counselors will be made available today for those who need them.
Yeah, that's right, guys. We're told grief counselors will be on hand, including here at Huntsville High, to help students cope with the loss of their friends. We're told one of the siblings was an 11th grader here at the high school. The friend was a recent grad from here, and the 2 other victims were a 6th and 8th grader. And now they were all on their way to a dance drill competition in San Antonio when they were sadly killed. And this morning, the siblings' mom, the sole survivor of this awful crash, is fighting for her life in an Austin hospital. Now, the deadly crash happened Friday night on Highway 21 near Bastrop. Investigators say they were in their car at a stop sign waiting to turn when a truck slammed into them from behind. This is surveillance video showing the moment their car was rear-ended at high speed. Investigators say the truck driver didn't hit the brakes until the very last second and may have been distracted, possibly by a cell phone. The 2 people in the truck were not hurt. Right now, it is not clear if any charges will be filed against the truck driver. Now, we're told students will be wearing different colors to school each day this week to honor their classmates. Today, they'll be wearing blue. Guys.
Very sad story. Thank you, Michelle, very much. It's 3 minutes after. President Trump is threatening to shut down the southern border if Mexico doesn't do more to stop people from entering our country illegally. He heads to California Friday. He may visit a port of entry there. In our live survey this morning, we're asking, will closing the border hurt more than it helps? You can let us know what you think at khou.com, or you can also vote on our mobile app. While you do that, here are 3 things you need to know about it. Number 1, the president's threat comes as Homeland Security struggles to deal with a surge of asylum seekers.
100,000 people will cross the border this month alone. That is a crisis.
Number 2, Democrats say the White House is actually making the problem worse. Over the weekend, the Trump administration cut off aid to El Salvador, Guatemala, and Honduras. That's where most of the migrants are coming from, heading north through Mexico.
The president's cutting off aid to these countries will not solve that problem.
And number 3, the economic impact would be absolutely huge. We're talking about stopping more than $1.5 billion in commerce every day that the border is closed.
A former Nevada Assemblywoman is calling a moment with Joe Biden back in 2014 inappropriate. Our Janelle Ford is live in the newsroom with what exactly is being alleged here. Janelle, we're expecting to hear more from her today.
Well, Lisa, her name is Lucy Flores, and she sat down with CBS this morning to talk about those allegations. Now, this whole thing, it stems from a 2014 campaign event in which she says the then VP, quote, inhaled her hair and then planted a kiss on the back of her head. Take a listen to what she had to say.
I didn't feel sexually violated, but I did feel violated. And the fact of the matter is that it's the Vice President of the United States of America. So what do you say?
He said in part he doesn't believe he's ever acted inappropriately. And if it's suggested that he did so, it was never his intention. Now, a lot of people, they're wondering about the timing and motivation behind Flores coming forward. It is worth noting that Flores was at Beto O'Rourke's campaign rally this weekend, but she has said that she has not endorsed any Democratic presidential candidate. You'll hear more from her coming up on CBS this morning.
Janelle, thank you very much. Your Rush Block continues with the day's other big stories, starting with a deadly shooting at a Sonic restaurant in Lamarck. 2 men were sitting in their car when someone shot them. It happened on FM 1764 near I-45 yesterday afternoon. One of them died. Police have not made an arrest. Today, fire inspectors will be at ITC in Deer Park, looking into the chemical fire that erupted 2 weeks ago. There was a brief shelter-in-place ordered by neighboring GEO Specialty Chemicals. ITC will hold a news conference at 10 o'clock this morning. A candlelight vigil was held for a University of South Carolina student who was murdered over the weekend. Police say Samantha Josephson got into a car she thought was an Uber.
Turkey hunters found her body on Saturday, the same day police charged 24-year-old Nathaniel David Rowland with Josephson's kidnapping and murder.
Investigators say he used the car's child-proof locks to keep her from escaping. Attorney Michael Avenatti faces a California judge today. The man who once represented adult film star Stormy Daniels is accused of bank fraud and embezzling a client's money. In a separate case, he's charged with trying to extort millions of dollars from Nike.
Altuve around the bud, pops it up, and the game will end on that.
The Astros lose their 3rd straight. Final score against the Rays yesterday was 3-1. Tonight, they'll take on the Rangers in Arlington. First pitch at 7:05. That is your Rush Block. Today's big headlines from here in Houston and around the world. Let us know what's happening in your neighborhood. You can tweet us with the hashtag HTownRush.